Chapter 6354. Chavrin couldn't help but say, "Grand Commander, there are countless ways to make money nowadays. It is not a problem for those in the technology industry to earn hundreds of billions of dollars a year. Why don't we develop in these areas?" John smiled. Although Chavrin was his confidant, he did not know the secrets that only the descendants of the Wu family knew. Nor did he know the true identity and background of the great leader Lord Victoria. So, he began to speak in the 400-year history of the Warriors' Den. Successive rulers have been deeply aware of an eternal truth. The so-called cutting-edge technology and popular trends may create a lot of bubble-rich wealth in a few decades. But for an organization that has existed for hundreds of years, it is not a long-term and stable source of income. In history, many people, many families, and many companies have become rich suddenly after seizing an opportunity, but most of them have become mediocre because they cannot seize the next opportunity. The only business that can truly last for hundreds or even thousands of years is energy and resources. This is also the key to why the Rockefeller family in the United States has been able to stand firm after so many years of development. The core assets of the Rothschild family, like the Rockefeller family, are mostly in the energy and resource industries. The technology industry may have unlimited opportunities in the short term, but some areas may soon be eliminated by other new technologies. We warriors have no natural advantages in working in these areas. Who can guarantee that we will always be at the forefront? Maybe a slight change will cause us to lose all our money. You invest $100 million in a technology project, but in the end, you may not even get $1 million back. But if you spend $100 million to invest in a few oil wells, it will most likely bring you $1 billion in revenue in the next 30 years. This is the importance of stability, and shock resistance is also an important indicator. If there is a world war tomorrow, I don't know if chips and smartphones can still make money. But oil, steel, and non-ferrous metals will definitely make more. Although Victoria is an old woman of nearly 400 years old and does not have a modern business mind, she is conservative. Through her understanding of the world over the years, she has formulated an unshakable core concept for the business map of the Warriors' Den, which is to do everything possible to control as much energy and resources as possible. Having witnessed the Industrial Revolution and the World War, she knew very well that no matter how the world develops, coal, oil, and natural gas will still be the main energy sources for a long time in the future. No matter how the world's science and technology develops, whether it is progressing or regressing, steel, precious metals, and non-ferrous metals are also the top priorities of industrial society. Even if the World War breaks out and the world becomes a wasteland, and all global technology companies go bankrupt, energy and resources can still stand firm. Because of this, oil fields and mines account for most of the assets accumulated by the Warriors' Den for hundreds of years. Of course, there is another very important factor here. That is, no matter where in the world, oil fields and mines are easier to carry out concealed engineering construction and hide a large number of people. The copper mine in Cyprus is to expand the internal tunnels and working faces, and forcibly build an underground community. Because it is a mine itself, this huge project can also be completely concealed. Chavrin probably understood John's point of view, and sighed. After listening to the Grand Commander's words, I realized that I was daydreaming. John chuckled, looked at the countless oil pumps below, and sighed. The simpler the business model, the more reliable it is. Look at these oil pumps. Every time they turn, they will pump up a large amount of oil that can be exchanged for US dollars. These machines run 24 hours a day. We just need to connect the extracted crude oil to the pipeline and transport it to the port. Those oil merchants will use tankers to transport the oil to all parts of the world. And all we have to do is wait here to count the money. We don't have to worry about what is popular today or tomorrow, let alone who will use technological innovation. It's just that our rice bowl has been destroyed. Before those scientists figure out controlled nuclear fusion, there will never be a problem of not having money to make here. Chavrin nodded heavily and sighed. the warrior's den has been able to stand in the world for 400 years, which is inseparable from the foresight of the Lord. After that, he asked John, Grand Commander, if there is no definite news about the waiting time here, do you want me to arrange for someone to transform a suitable residence for you? John thought for a moment, waved his hand, and said, No need, the Lord attaches great importance to this matter. And there may be other spies. Before that mysterious enemy appears, you and I must show that we are doing our best and working hard. And we must not leave the impression that we are not useful to the Lord.